Hey, MCARBO Brotherhood, Chris Nelson, President at MCARBO. We're really excited to introduce a new textured rubber adhesive grip for the PMR 30. Really stoked about this. You know, these plastic polymer frames are just slippery, they're plastic. There's not a lot of textury rubber feel. Now we've got a great solution to give you a great, excellent grip on your pistol, which is a primary shooting fundamental, a must-have. If you're going to be accurate, put good rounds down range, consistently on target like we all want to, a good grip is a must. It's going to help. I mean, every little increase that we can do to boost performance is going to show on our targets, on paper, on steel. Really excited about this. Let's get on over tabletop, put this baby in. Parts needed for this build: the textured rubber adhesive grips for the PMR 30. So you get an alcohol prep pad. I'll show you how to use this in a second. And then you get the full grip wrap. All right, covers the front and the sides, and then the back strap. So we'll put all this on here really quick, simple installation. You can see the differences right here. You got a nice black rubber textured grip over here, feels excellent, and then this is really slippery. You know, you can hear the difference too. Kind of scratchy. This is nice and grippy. Perfect, and it's soft, good rubber. Just feels really natural in your hands compared to this here. Now, you can tell right away that this has not been heated because you can't see the contour texture of the factory Gator grip there. So this one was not heated, so it'll be a good demonstration. You'll see what the final product looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and heat this one while I'm at it in the video. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and clear our firearms together just to be sure. Chamber, bolt face, magazine well, clear. Chamber, bolt face, magazine well. This one's clear as well. Tools needed for this build: heat gun or a hair dryer. Highly recommend a hair dryer just because there's no way to screw it up. If you're gonna use a heat gun, just be careful. Tip gets really hot, heat gun gets really hot. You gotta be a little more delicate. So if you got one, you're probably used to using one, but if you don't have a heat gun, best way to go is hair dryer. Really easy, straightforward. You're still gonna get the right heat temp that you need. We need 130 degrees, so a hair dryer will more than cover that. All right, so step one is just to take the major part of the grip here, and we're gonna wrap it around the pistol grip. Make sure that we got the right one first. All right, so it lines up with the holes here, and then we pull it, lines up with the holes here. So we must have got the correct item. All right, good. It's just kind of a general quick check. You don't want to get into it and then realize you got the wrong one. Take the alcohol prep pad. This is great because whether you realize it or not, there's gonna be some dirt, grease, and grime on these. You know, even if it's brand new from the factory, they're not washing their hands in between builds of firearms. They're definitely also doing a test fire, so it's more than likely going to have some kind of grease, dirt, you name it. Plus, it doesn't hurt to wash your hands before you do this. You know, you don't want to have greasy mitts trying to put on a grip. You need a good, clean surface. That grip has really got to have a clean, dry surface for it to adhere to. All right, get the edges too. All right, good. Now you can let it air dry, but we're also going to heat it up with our heat gun. That'll speed up the process. Do not use a towel. And this thing was pretty dirty, so I can already see a lot of dirt and grime on there. You may not be able to see it with the lighting. Now I'm going to heat this up, dry it real quick. It's a good way to get it started, get a nice good base of heat. So that grip is heat activated, so it needs that 130 degree temperature to really take the best adhesion to the polymer frame. So we'll go ahead and heat it up now. Just nice, even heat. You want to keep that thing moving. You don't want to just hold it in place. You know, this polymer, don't want to melt your plastic grip. All right, once it's good and dry and you got a good decent amount of heat on that grip, you know, it should be about 130 degrees, which is the temperature of a hot cup of coffee. So that's what we're shooting for. So we'll take our adhesive grip, black textured rubber, proprietary blend. We had to get this custom made at the mill. Peel off the backing. All right, try not to touch the edges. Initially you might to get the backing off, but once you got it off, just touch the center. You don't want these edges to lose their stickiness because that'll cause problems. Obviously it's going to start peeling on the edges. So what we'll do, all right, so we start with the center, get those V's lined up in that seam line. You can see that there. Now you can slightly pull on it. You just don't want to like really stretch the grip. You know, it should be designed to line up on those screw holes. So you can see right here, I got it too high. So first things are to center it and then get it lined up with the holes. The idea was to line up the grip perfectly on the seam and the frame, not necessarily get the holes completely centered, but that is the goal. So let's see if we can make it happen here. This one looks pretty good. This one looks a little off, so I'm just gonna have to kind of stretch just a hair. You don't really want to stretch it too much, just kind of a nice pull. All right, that's looking pretty good there. Once you're happy with the placement, then we need to start focusing on those air bubbles, if there are any. Shouldn't really be any, but you know, with the installation, it's always a possibility. So we're just going through and we're pressing every little square inch of this to make sure we get good adhesion to that grip. You don't want to miss not even a bit of it. You want to make sure you got a nice good wrap, and then you've got it pressed down. Every little bit of that grip should get some pressure on it to make sure it's completely seated. Look at that. That is just beautiful. And you're going to get the results you're looking for. Press these edges down nicely. Take your time with this. All right, once you've got it nice and pressed on, then you can grip it by hand. And you can see that little bit of heat's already starting to take shape here, just because we heated the frame before we started putting it on. That's awesome. All right, good. So we've got the main grip on there. Next, we're gonna take the back strap and get that situated. So you've got this little arrow. See, there's the point. So the point of the arrow is at the base of the frame. All right, and it's gonna wrap just like that. Got this nice little feature up here for the web of your hand. It's gonna really help make it control better up and down. Lots of control here left and right. So same process, we'll peel it off. Try not to touch it too much. And then we'll start up top. You wanna make sure you get a good amount of grip there where your webbing is gonna be on your hand. So the idea is start up here, pressing it, center it up. Perfect, look at that. That looks awesome. Really love the design of this. I think our guys did a good job, really making it functional and then also look cool. It's an added bonus. All right, once it's completely pressed on the grip, we're gonna put some heat on this baby, and then we're gonna be done. Now, if you screw this up, we're not gonna leave you hanging high and dry, all right? 50% lifetime replacement guarantee. So at any point, whether you wear it out 6 years from now, and you're like, man, I need a new grip, just come back to us, all right? 50% off the replacement cost. So once you've already paid that upfront full price, you're basically getting a discounted part for life, which is kind of cool. All right, getting some good even heat. If you smell something burning, it's definitely time to speed up. You don't want to stay in one place for too long, just keep moving. 130 degrees, temperature a hot cup of coffee. Now, if you overheat the adhesive, it will shift on you, so be careful when you're gripping it. That's kind of why we do this 3 times. So you're gonna just go around it, get a good amount of heat on it. All right, and then definitely, we're kind of delicately gripping it. We're not really like ratcheting on it. We're just pushing on the sides. You can even just push with your thumbs on this first round. Look at that, you can already see it starting to bond and really show the texturing underneath. And that's what you want, that's a good sign. This is heat activated adhesive. All right, feeling pretty confident about it now that I went over it delicately. I can start to grip on it, but we're not ratcheting. I'm just pressing the sides, kind of pressing front and back here. All right, now another round of heat. And do that 3 times. And then once you've done that 3 times, just let it cool for 20, 30 minutes before you really start, playing with it. And all these grip installations, same concept. I mean, I'm gonna have the luxury of making a video for every one of them. But once you figure this out your first time, you'll be good to go, man. You can do them all yourself. You won't even need me anymore. All right. Nice. Good temperature. No ratcheting of the grip. What I mean by that is like really gripping it, you know, and pulling it. You just want to press straight down. Should see that texturing coming through. If you don't, then you don't have enough heat on there. Really want to press down on the sides. You know, that's going to be the place. If it's going to peel, that's where it's going to start peeling. And that's exactly why we don't touch those edges if we don't have to. All right, good. Heat this up again. And then we'll be done. I'm going to quickly do the other one too. You'll see. It's pretty easy to tell somebody didn't heat it. All right. Oh man, that's perfect. It feels great. It's definitely on there good. That's it. Simple as that. Perfect. Way better, man. Much more positive control, grip. It's perfect. That's exactly what we want. All right, I'm gonna heat this one up. If you don't heat it, you know, it's likely you're gonna have issues. It's gonna peel. So we recommend heating. And preheating the grip before you put it on is definitely a good idea. Really makes this process a lot faster. You can see here it's kind of taking a minute. We're not really getting the same results as quickly. There you go. So once you start pressing, boom, there it is. Still feels a little cool, so I'm going to put a little more heat on it. Should feel like a hot cup of coffee. There we go. That feels much better. You can see it already taking shape now. It's just going to give us the most longevity out of our grip to have it heat activated and on here properly. So I'll do this 3 times and that's it. Simple. Well, there you go, guys. Just really easy, fast, straightforward way to get some really amazing grip. Feels excellent. This is the way it should feel naturally, but polymer doesn't really have a nice rubbery surface. It's kind of a hard, slippery plastic. You put this textured rubber adhesive grip on there, man, it is just night and day. It's awesome. Love it. Well, there you have it, guys. 2 excellent PMR 30s with great textured grip on them now. Rubber adhesive, you just can't beat it. Really feels phenomenal. The best of the best comes from a good grip. If you're gonna shoot really well, you need to have a good, solid grip, along with all the other primary shooting fundamentals. But this is one that you can do in 5 minutes and really take your game to the next level. Really excited about this. Can't wait to hear you guys' feedback with them. Thank you, MCARBO brother. As always, happy shooting.